So let's get into it. How do we customize our Mac? So I'm going to go down here to System Preferences, and specifically the question was about getting the AirPlay icon on there. So we're going to click on System Preferences here, and this is how you make your Mac U. So if I wanted to add something like an AirPlay icon, I would have to go and find that setting inside there. Now, if I didn't know where I was looking, every single thing you have on a Mac typically will have a search bar, whether it's Finder or Spotlight that I can search. So if I type in AirPlay, it's going to narrow down where AirPlay may be hiding, and you can see they're illuminated. I know for a fact when it comes to displaying, it's going to be under Display. So I'm going to click on this, and you're going to see here, Show mirroring options in the menu bar when available. So that's going to be how I get that icon right up there. If I click that off, you can see it instantly disappeared. If I turn that on, it'll pop back up. So let's go through some of our most common settings. The first one I want to talk about is Desktop and Screensaver. Now this is a nice wave background, but maybe I have a nice cute puppy photo I want to put on there, or a picture of fall leaves. I'm going to click on Desktop and Screensaver. They have a bunch of photos already set up for you. I want to change this to a lion. I click. Now you'll notice something that's a little bit different from a Windows computer. There's no save button. So I don't have to click and then apply. Once I've clicked the photo, it instantly goes over and applies it to my screen. If I want to choose my own photo, you can see on the left-hand side, I can add or subtract something in. If I add something in, I can find out a location of where my photos are. So for example, if I have that photo on Google Drive, click Choose, and now I have that folder right underneath where it says Workshop Graphics, where I can choose any sort of image that I want. Or I can choose something like a desktop photo, which is another folder that I've added in. So let's do a nice little wintry scene here. Now if your photo doesn't necessarily fit, you have options to fill the screen, fit the screen, or stretch to fill the screen or center, or even if it's a smaller image, to tile it over and over. So you really have a lot of ways to customize this. Up at the top here, we see there's another category, which is Screensaver. Let's click on that. Screensaver means that when your computer goes to sleep or becomes inactive for a certain amount of time, this is what will pop up on your screen. Now these that you see like floating and flip up are relating to photos. If you don't have photos already in your iPhoto, it will pick ones from, let's say, National Geographic or ones it has preloaded in. One of my favorites is Word of the Day. Word of the Day brings up vocabulary words from online and teaches you a new term each individual day. Now I can choose when I want that screensaver to start. The first option is to start after 20 minutes, and then I can even do something as soon as 1 minute or as late as 1 hour. I like about the 20-minute mark, that way it's not popping up while I'm thinking about a sentence I'm writing or while I'm working on something. I also have the option to show with a clock. This will bring up a clock on my screensaver so I know what time of day it is. Let's go back, and I'm using this back button right in the top left-hand corner to navigate. You can also customize your dock. So your dock is, again, this right down here, your most commonly used things. If I don't like the size of that, I can either make it bigger or much smaller. Now you probably are wondering, how can I see this if it's so small? That's where the magnification comes into effect. If I make this bigger, that means as I hover over it, you can see it jumps over and becomes extremely large. If I want to hide the dock so I don't have to see it, I can click right on here where it says automatically hide and show dock. So now it's disappeared. To get it back, all I have to do is take my mouse to the very bottom, hover it, and my dock will pop up. And it disappears when it's not in use. I'm going to turn that off for now and make my dock a normal size. Another useful feature is I can choose where it's showing on my screen. Defaulted, it is right on the bottom here, but if I'm constantly using applications that maybe have a menu bar down here, it may not be the best option. If I choose left, my dock is now on the left side, or maybe I want to choose right, it now pops on the right side. So you can see how a Mac can start to look a little bit different depending on what you want to do with it. Even down to things like language, security. These are your ways that you customize it to you.